BMW N63. Today it's Monday, 12th of September 2022. Now, that's the other turbocharger, the cartridge and the turbo that I wash. Like the one that I showed you on the previous video. Now this one. That's how it looks like. No sludge, no burnt oil whatsoever. Okay, the groove, it looks good, looking good. Beautiful. Oil return the same. Oil feed, beautiful, excellent. Okay. What I have also this one here. Let's see the step here. This is okay. I just have to measure it to see that's round. All right. Whatever carbon you have from this side and down, it's gonna affect the balancing. Whatever carbon you have, let us say, at this point here, it's gonna affect the sealing to keep the oil inside. Whatever carbon you're gonna have here on the shaft, it's gonna affect the clearance between the bush and the shaft, obviously. So it is important to be as clean as possible, but carefully without hurting the surfaces. Same thing from this side. I already show you this one. Yeah, here on this, I show you that. That's the housing back. Now, when you wash it and you remove all the carbon, you're gonna be able to see if there is any crack, and there is no crack from what I saw. All right, fine. Oil line return. That's the oil return. It looks beautiful, in and out. The diverted valve there, membrane's okay. The o-ring okay, forget about that. The front seal, alright. That's the new one. Obviously this is a new one, that's the old one. Let's put it here up. That's the new seal rear. And that's the old one. That's the old nut, that's the new nut. The bush, you can see actually inside. See how nice and shiny, it's the right one, and see how it looks like the left one, the used one. Alright, now that's the old one. That's the new one. Same thing from this side. I have get some measurements already. I have measured the shaft here. I have measured the thickness. Let me show you. Let me show you 1 second to be on the same page, right? Why I have the scale here. The scale, if you see, this is 0.00001 of a gram. That means it's 1,000 of a gram. This is 10 of a gram, 100 of a gram, 1,000 of a gram. Alright, why I have it here? Just give me a second to support the phone and I'm gonna show you. Now, you turn off the micrometer. Why I'm zeroing it? I don't have to make it 0. Yeah, okay, both hands, how lovely. Now, I'm not against balancing the turbocharger, any turbocharger, alright? But I don't have a way to balance it here in this country. There is nowhere to send the turbo for balancing. Fine. I mentioned in the previous video that I'm not gonna put the new nut, this one, alright? I'm gonna put the old one that's missing some material from here for a balancing purpose, alright? So if I place it here on the scale, this is 2.835. Yeah, I'm blowing some air and changing everything. 2834. Fine. Where am I? 2834. It's not right because stepping on the rubber table here, but it's okay to show you what I mean. Alright, we're talking about 2.829 of a gram. Now, the new one is 3 grams. That was one example why I want to use the old one and I don't want to use the new one. Let me show you something about the thickness. Alright, that's the old one. I'm gonna measure it. You're supposed to measure it in the middle here where it's stepping. I'm gonna measure it here outside. Yeah, like that, let us say. .991 of millimeter. If I repeat again, .992. Again, if I repeat again, 2.991. Fine, fine. Let's get the new one. .992. .992. I have already measured in the middle. It's exactly the same. It does have a wear, like I said. At least I cannot measure it in 1,000 millimeter. If you go down, it's gonna be different. Fine. Now, like I said, I know people that they change, let us say, the compressor wheel and they get away with that and does have any problem. On the stock application, stock boost levels, not upgrade, not over boosting, not over spooling the turbocharger. Fine. By the way, did I show you the other side? I don't remember. That's the other side. That's the one that I changed before, 50,000 kilometers ago. Alright. So, leave it there, in place. I have changed a couple of times on the turbocharger some parts from inside with a used one. Some other times I had the kit. Some other times I changed only the compressor wheel. Some other times I changed only the turbine wheel with the shaft. This piece. Alright. With the used parts, obviously. Sometimes new, sometimes used one. The shaft, let us say used one, compressor wheel used one, but the inner part sometimes new, sometimes used one. It depends the case, if you like. Now, assuming that the mass production turbocharger got it, let us say, I think and I hope that they're not balancing the turbos individually. That's what I hope. All right. What I mean by that, they're not putting a cartridge all together and then they're balancing and then they're closing it. Okay, like how it is, let us say, the crankshaft with the damper pulley and the flex plate or the flywheel that's being balanced separate. And if you want, you can change, let us say, a damper pulley and you don't have to rebalance again the crankshaft. I hope to be the case. All right. Because up to now, I didn't have any failure. Even when I make this repair, or if I change the compressor wheel or the turbine wheel. I'm not against balancing the turbo. I'm saying that again. It's a good thing to do it. If there was a way, if I had a shop here, let us say, if there is somebody that is balancing turbos in UAE, trust me, when I'm gonna close it, I'm gonna send to these gentlemen to balance it for me. Alright? But it's not gonna happen here. Okay? Then, used turbos. Why you're not getting 2 used turbos and put it on? Whatever used turbos you're gonna find here locally in this market, it will not gonna be healthy. It's gonna be worse than this. Same or worse than this. Alright? It's not about I wish to can find 2 used healthy turbos and I'm not gonna have to do all these things. Alright? And just put it on the car and finish the story. It's gonna be win for everybody. If we can get a new turbos, I have no clue. Honestly, I don't know. This is this business for the office, for the customer. It's not my business. So, for me, from my side, that's what I'm gonna do. I have to check also the rings, like how you're checking the piston ring. You have to put it in place where it's supposed to be, and see the gap, and compare this one with the old one to don't have any difference. Okay, you see the tension that's different. I need to measure the height to be the correct height, the diameter, the outer diameter, the inner diameter. Here I'm not touching it. This inner diameter I'm not touching. I don't want to insert the tool inside and to make a line or something. I want to keep it as this. I'm gonna feel it when I'm gonna put it inside, how it moves, how it's playing, how much playing. Fine. That's once this one, and the other reason that I didn't put the ring in place, it's that I want to put it here first, check how much gap it's leaving, and then install it on the shaft. I'm measuring also the thickness. Need to measure also the wait, sorry, I have to put it now here, dang it. Okay, still rolling. All right, need to measure also the thickness here on the ring. Why I'm doing all these things? Just don't have any headache. Just if something's way out, let us say, I'm gonna find it and I'm not gonna use it, let us say, or I'm gonna see what I'm gonna do if it's something completely different. So we have 1.587, 1587. This is 1654. We are talking a big difference here. And as far as I can see here, I don't see any other ring. So that means if you put this in place here, where I'm pointing, we're gonna play a lot. If you try to put this one, it has much better tight fit. You see why I'm measuring it? I mean, let's measure it again, just double checking. Maybe this because it has a carbon on it. I'm gonna wash it again to check it again. Let's check the, 1 second. This is the old one, this is the new one. All right, from this side it's a little bit better. You get clean a little bit more and does have that much carbon. All right, let's see from this side. 1.617. 1.614. 1.616. We're talking about almost 200 millimeter. 1.6. Yeah, well, yes. 404. Yeah, 200 millimeter thinner, the new one, than the old one. What about this one, the left one? It's even more thin. Yep, it's 300. It's different to be, let us say, 3,000-4,000 of millimeter plus minus, and different to have 100 of millimeter and out. So I guess that this, it will not gonna be installed, and this is one of the most important things to don't leak the turbo because of this movement. You see, I don't know, you can see how much moving. All right, and if I put the old one, pretty much the same, this one. We're gonna see about that. It's gonna be much better, let us say, if I leave the carbon on the edges to fill up the space. I'm just joking, just kidding. If you put it, no, it doesn't come full in. It's leaving a little bit. All right, and this one, we're gonna see about that. We're gonna see about the ring, if I'm gonna install it or not. It's important actually to seal the turbo. Yeah, how nice, how lovely. All right, one second. Since this is thinner, it's supposed to be different weight than this, right? It's supposed to be the same material. This is 551. If I put again where I'm pointing, 551. Okay, how much the old one? Yeah, 570. Okay, let us say that this has some carbon on it. Alright, let's get the other one. Same shit, different day. 570. And how much from this side? This, what I'm pointing. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. $535. Let's make it again. Okay, how beautiful is that? All right. Let me see what gap it's leaving here. To continue, I need the other tool to square it, to put the face. It's gonna come. It has support all around and it goes in exactly the same position. How much it goes when you install it here to see the gap. So I have to compare the new one with the old one. I don't like the thickness, like I said. Let's see that again. I'm not trying to convince myself that it's okay to use it. Don't do that. 1584. 1584. What the? Okay, this I said that it might be the carbon. Alright, screw it. This doesn't have a carbon. Or it might become flat. Let us see. $613. I have another one. I have another one over there. Okay, I have to stop the phone now. It doesn't make any sense to spend your time for that because I have to do that. All right, I will gonna compare another two seals that I have. One that's gone. I want to see if it's been flat, let us say, and another one that it has low mileage. That's it for now. I just went and I removed the carbon. I don't have a carbon in any side. The inside still has some carbon, I don't care. Alright, but see what's happening. $1569. 1568. I'm spinning it. 1567. 1566. 1567. 1571. 1569. Fine. Stay there. $1582. 85. Nice, not bad, not bad. Let's see the weight now without the carbon. When you're going down so much, it matters the carbon. 564 still has some carbon inside. 551. I believe that if I remove the carbon from inside, it's gonna be the same. That's what I believe. So, yep. Important to clean everything. Important to get the measurements. especially when you have something so small like that. Alright, it does make any sense to get the weight of this, because you see that's different design. The groove here on the new one is bigger and has only 2 grooves here. This has 3 grooves. So on this one I'm measuring only the dimensions, the height and the outer diameter. The inner diameter, like I said, with the shaft. That's the new one, sorry, that's the old one, that's the new one. Moving on, I need a pen and paper to write it down. It's good to have some measurements, because if something happened, let us say to any turbo, at least I'm gonna have a reference, I'm gonna know what's happening. Even from the weight, you know, because they have different weights. If you get, let us say, the weight from the compressor wheel of this turbo on the left one, this is 45,021. If I placed by again 45,018, if I placed again the same position, it's supposed to be 45,021 grams. And the other one, if I remember right, this is heavier. (45,245). It's not changing anything. It's not changing anything. I don't have a tool to make a balancing. If I had a tool to make a balancing, then it might make some sense. I just want to write it down. It's like the same thing what I'm doing with the engines. With the compressor ratio, let us say, of the engine, the weight of the piston, the wrist pin, the piston ring gap, and all these things. I would like to put it on my book to see how much, let us say, it's a diameter here, how much a diameter here, here. Now, if it's straight or not, you have to be careful. I cannot check it. I can, but it doesn't make any difference. I cannot do something to make it straight if it's bent. I'm just hoping, let us say, because the turbo has 300,000 kilometers, I'm hoping by doing all these things to be able to make another 300,000 kilometers. I don't see any catastrophic failure. I don't see missing anything from the turbine wheel of the compressor wheel. Before it was missing from that turbo. We already fixed that. He make another 50,000 kilometers. I don't see, let us say, some crazy scoring on the bush like that has vibrations. This is for the front one, this is the rear one. Where's the turbine wheel? I don't see any problem, let us say, that it goes from vibrations. It's helping a lot because it's a bone stock on the stock boost, and it's not over boosting, it's not over spooling the turbo. Alright, okay, and the RPMs of the turbo, it's not the same in all of the turbos. You need to know what material you have, the dimensions, the weight, and then you have a limit on the rotation. You cannot have, let us say, a small turbo that you're gonna spin it like crazy, you're gonna be fine, and then you're gonna have a big turbo and you're gonna spin the same. It's not working like that. So stop talking, start working to finalize it. Alright, I said that I need to check the ring at this point. I didn't get the tool. I went and I cleaned the stupid old ring, the seal. Same thing for the front one. The front one I'm checking with some oil to put in place. I have to remove it from here. Why I put it? It was already out. Why in hell I put it in? My mistake. I have to take it out again carefully, and then when you put it on the housing to see the gap, you see actually where it steps. Stepping there. It makes one small line. Have to put in place there, square it, and then see the gap on that, like the rear one. That's it. We're gonna see that later. Yeah. You know what? Screw it, because it's huge, the video. I'm gonna upload this as it is, and then I'm gonna continue. I'm gonna make another part for closing it, for putting it together. Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. I already show you the cartridge. Alright, like I said, does have any carbon, does have burn oil or something. Fine. The rest of the parts are here, classic like always. Yeah, this is gonna work upside down. Yep. Alright. Fine, that's it for now. Next video, putting it back together. I need a pen and paper, I need the tool to square. I said, yeah, let me put myself together. Closing the phone.